everybody, thanks for tuning in to my channel today. Today I'm going to do a tutorial on a detailed bracelet to match this necklace. So let's get right into the materials. 4mm bicone, 11 C bead, and another 4mm bicone. You'll need 2 needles. I'm using big eye needles. They're so much easier to thread. If you see any of my other videos, you'll know that this is what I use. Toggle clasp. Here is the thread that I'll be using today. Also, flat nose pliers and side cutters to cut the thread. Measuring tape to measure the thread, and regular tape. So let's get into it. Okay, so now we have the length that we want the thread to be. What I'll do now is fold it in half, and then from there I'll go back and remeasure again. Okay guys, the next step in this process will be to add your toggle clasp to your thread. It doesn't matter which end you use. I use this end, no particular reason. And I'm going to grab some tape and tape it down to the craft table to create some stability while I am beading the thread. It makes it so much easier when you do it this way. One more last check, make sure that it's even, and now we're going to thread our needles. See that big eye? It just slides right in there. No hassle. I love these things. So if you don't have any, get some. Get them right from Amazon or any fabric store. So moving on from here, after we get them, our 2 needles threaded, we're going to grab 2 C beads on one needle and 2 C beads on the other needle. And bring those down to the base. And we're going to grab another C bead. So what happened here was my needle is kind of stretched out, so when I went to feed the other bead inside, the other needle inside the bead, it went straight through the other needle, so I had to do it again. So this is what you want it to look like, just like so, and boom, there you go. That should have been the 5th bead, which is now the 6th bead. Is going to lock in those other 5 beads to create this cute little circle. Now we're going to grab a bicone. We're going to grab 2 C beads on one needle and 2 C beads on another needle, and let those go down to the base, and grab 2 bicones, one on each needle. Let it feed down to the base, and we're going to grab 2 more C beads on both needles. Let it feed down to the base. You see, you're starting to get something there. And we're going to grab 1 C bead, feed it through, and lock those in. Boom. There you go. And we're going to continue on with the next color. Same thing. Normally, I would pick up the pattern on the needle and let it feed down to the base. But for video purposes, I'm doing one bead at a time to make it easier to follow. So I'm just going to show you just a little bit of really how I do it. You see, when you just put the pattern on both needles, and it goes a lot faster. Plus, you can keep up with your pattern too if you do it this way. See it happen again. The woes of these needles when they're stretched out. But just a quick fix, just feed it back on through and just redo it again. That's all. Alright, now that step is done. We're going to move on to adding the other end of the toggle clasp. And how we do that is the same process we did on the other end. We're going to grab 3 seed beads on one needle, grab 3 seed beads on another needle, let those feed down to in the base of the bracelet, grab the toggle clasp with the jump ring already connected, grab your last seed bead and lock it in. Now you don't have to connect your toggle clasp to your jump ring. I did because that's just what I do. So maybe next time I'll do a tutorial without the toggle clasp. So now we're going to lock this bad boy in, and how we do that is just what I just did there. We're going to grab 2 or 3 seed beads at a time, feed the needle through, going in a circle. If you don't feel comfortable with grabbing multiple beads, just grab one at a time. And we're going to do this till we get all the way back to where we started. And once we get back to where we started, we're going to grab the other needle and do the same thing. So basically what you're doing is going clockwise and then counterclockwise, and it's going to begin to lock in that loop and the toggle clasp. so let's seal this in now. So you want to take your needle and go underneath your loop and get those 2 seed beads. Feed your needle through. And after that, you want to go through that bicone bead. Feed it through. And then you want to go through the second set of seed beads and feed it through. And then you want to go through that second bicone, feed it through. And then you want to go through that middle seed bead. And this is how you lock it in. Boom. Just like that. And we're going to do the same thing on the other side. Looky here, we are back to where we started. We have thread on both sides of the bracelet, and we can now take those needles off and tie that thread, making sure the knot is above or below that seed bead. You want to make sure it is above or below the seed bead, not sitting directly on top of the seed bead. When it's above or below the seed bead, it becomes hidden and it sits in like a little cradle. You're like creating a little cradle for that knot to sit in, and it becomes invisible, if that makes any sense to you. So what I do is I make sure I tie it 3 times on both sides, and after I add a dab of jewelry glue, and that's it. Here is the finished product, y'all. Look how nice it turned out. It's nice and shiny, and it looks really, really great in the light. It looks really well with my other bracelets. You can wear it with just about anything, with anything, and anywhere. So it turned out really, really nice, and it doesn't take that much time to make either. So look at that pretty set. So yes, so have fun making this, and I will put the materials in the description box. And thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe and stay tuned to my next tutorial. Also turn on your notification bells. Thank you.